Mm-hmm.
Peace. Today is Monday, January 21st, which happens to be Martin Luther King Day. Make it today's math.
Wisdom, knowledge, all being born to understanding.
True indeed. Use your wisdom and manifest your knowledge to bring forth understanding. Peace. Y'all ready?
Ready.
We ain't ready, right? Shit. We ain't discussing no talking points, no nothing.
And I'm still in my pajamas.
We ready. We just gonna play it by those. Let's go. Hey, yo, peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digger.
That's Fact Checker Rage right there, a.k.a. Big Sandwich.
Actually, yeah, he's over there.
Oh, well, on my screen, he's over here. Okay. Well, I got my shindig straws. Fact Checker Rage. How about that? Okay.
Yeah.
They both in the house right about now. Yeah, we back again. Listen, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support.
Please donate. We're doing real bad right now. Not just kidding. We back in the crib.
Look, now we are in between homes. Listen, we are in between homes, right? But guess what, people? We don't fuck around. We don't play no games. One monkey don't stop no motherfucking show. And, we could do this out of the motherfucking bathroom if we had to. But we're not going to do that. We're going to give you the type of quality that you expect and have come to enjoy from the Yanadameen Godcast. So, yes, we have secured a new facility in which to tape our show from week to week. Okay? It's bigger. It's better. It's more impressive. And yeah, we feel very good about our new partnership. And we will be now shooting in my ex-home, which is Brooklyn, New York, okay? At the historic Black Lady Theater. Oh my goodness, this all fucking just falls in line. We's about to be killing them out this motherfucker. So, like I said, we just jump over stumbling blocks. Nothing's going to stop this. And
we can have a live studio audience too. So
we can
eventually
have a live studio audience.
We're gonna do a live show. That's what, support Black business.
Right, but our biggest contributor and the one that really got this off the ground in the beginning, I told you, was my man. He goes by the name of the Chinese Puff Daddy. So we are going to bring him on right now to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, which, we're going to basically be celebrating probably for this whole year, because the fact that we made it to 1 year is an accomplishment that we should not sneeze at. 60,000 people deep. I don't know how many shows, and the shit is crazy. Like, just the following and the way they speak of us with other podcasts that's out there that's already been established is beautiful. So right about now, I'm gonna bring up my man. He goes by the name of the Chinese Puff Daddy. Where you at, my brother? Peace.
Peace. My Yanadameen Godcast family.
What's
peace.
good?
Man, everything's good.
we're gonna get on to some fucking trending topics now. And it is, you here with us and shit. So
let's start with the king of hip hop.
Let's start with the who?
The king of hip hop.
Who's the king of hip hop, Digga?
Soulja Boy, tell him what? Who had a bigger comeback than Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy, let me roll.
That was you. Y'all gonna put some spec on Soulja Boy name. Yo,
I watched his video. I mean, his interview that he did on the Breakfast Club at the behest of my sister Rod Digga.
I'm like, yo, you got to have a good time. Just watch this, man.
Oh, listen, it definitely was a good time. I don't know. Did I go away almost liking Soulja Boy after this? Like,
yeah,
I thought he was mad funny. Like,
I watched the Breakfast Club and I watched him on Everyday Struggle, and I said, I think I might be a Soulja Boy stan for the next couple of days. Because it's only gonna last for this week. By next week, get Soulja Boy the fuck out of here. But right now, I'm a stan. And not for nothing, he came with some receipts.
Yeah, he did. That nigga said, Drake? That nigga that stole my flow and such and such. And then when he hit the shit, the nigga was like, yo, I never realized, like, that is your fucking flow. When this nigga start talking about all the niggas that he fucking discovered and put on first. And
you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy about that? And it got me to thinking. I'm like, wow. Look at all these 10-year in the game artists, all in their feelings and shit about wanting their respect and not getting not getting their due diligence. I'm like, but look how the fuck y'all was acting when my era was trying to tell y'all the same shit. It's like, how do you think the 20-year in the game artists feel? I'm like, y'all only in the game 10 years and y'all haven't
already
felt that.
Forgetting about you and shitting on you. And we got artists 20, 30, some damn near 40 years in the game. And yes, how do you think these artists feel when in only 10 years they can try to erase your legacy as a black artist? You see what I'm saying? Whereas on the counterpart, they don't allow that to happen to their artists. They make sure we remember fucking Buddy Holly. And this nigga died in a plane crash, early in his fucking career.
But it ain't just the whites erasing us. I'm talking about the black artists shitting on their own. Well, I ain't even making this a black and white thing now. I'm talking about these little young ignorant artists not showing respect for the people that
ignorance though is from a whitewashing. Part of their ignorance comes from the whitewashing. You see, so
okay, but they still being ignorant.
Back to that. Huh?
I said, but they still being ignorant. I mean, a white person shouldn't have to tell you to research and learn and study your culture of the craft that you're taking up. I'm not blaming that on white people.
No, but what I can blame
it on, Digga? Who you blaming it on?
I blame them for trying to conceal it, though. For trying to not, for trying to sweep ours back and push theirs forward. I can blame them for that. But yes, we need to do our due diligence as a people when it comes to educating. When it comes to educating ourselves and the ones that come after us.
And that's
part of why we here, Rod Digga.
That's right.
Matter of fact, hold up. Before we go any further.
Huh?
Right. But just speaking about this, I guess we could wait till we really get in the spot. But I was going to say about educating the ones that are coming after us and all that. That kind of falls right into you. Yes.
You broke up a little bit, but I know you're talking about my program, a program that I have, a workshop that I created It started right here in my hometown called Lyrics Matter. That's my organization. And underneath the umbrella, I created a workshop where I'm physically teaching young persons. It started with like the wayward kids who were just kind of lingering on the street. This was an incentive to get them off the street. But then what happened was I actually had the kids that were paying attention in school said, hey, what about us? We love music. So it went from that to the school kids to, from the hood kids to now you got kids in the burbs like, hey, we love music. So it's grown exponentially, but I am actually a hip hop history teacher for these kids. And thank God for YouTube. We're literally like sitting in class watching clips from Beach Street, like, okay, this is the NYC Breakers, this is Rocksteady. So we're watching IBF championships, like, yes, this is the DJ ITF, excuse me. We're watching actual turntable contests and just showing them stuff that they wouldn't have the foggiest existed or even came from hip hop. And a lot of these students, they don't necessarily want to be in music, but I find that a lot of them don't really know what they want to do. Like, they'll just see an artist on TV, like, oh, I want to be that, I want to be that. They go through my class, which is like a boot camp, and then it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe rapping ain't my thing. I think I'd make a great business manager, or I think, because I'm giving them the whole spectrum. Week by week, I take them through the decades. Then on the flip side of that, you have the little shy one who won't say more than 3 words in class and will fucking wrap circles around the whole class. So
right. That's the time to express themselves, right?
I pretty much pull out of them,
I have a question.
That they may or may not know they have in them. Yes. I feel like a teacher. Yeah.
So, all right.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so now I've always had the understanding that now, hip hop is going to become academia. And, obviously different colleges are beginning to teach it, and they're beginning to find different quote unquote authorities. So I'm going to put the spotlight on you now. How do we credentialize hip hop? What are your credentials that you could teach hip hop, nigga?
What are my credentials?
Shit. Yeah, what are your credentials?
Well, for one, I lived it, more so than anything. I'm not a person that just picked up a book and studied it in a classroom or heard about it from my cool ghetto friends while I was sitting somewhere in the burbs. Like, no, I was in the trenches, hopping these turnstiles. I was the little youngin' in the back, sneaking in these clubs, watching these rappers battle, having to run out before I get stampeded because a battle getting ready to turn into a fight. Like, I witnessed all of this with my own eyes. I studied the greatest of the upper echelon MCs. So I definitely understand the technique of rhyming. I mean, I was just there from its inception, and I've really been into this since elementary school. Like, I'm as old as hip hop, and I've been studying it since I was a child. So I feel like I have my own, I've indoctrinated myself. I feel like I have more than any of these college professors.
Okay, so to make it clear.
I thought you were only in your 20s. What are you talking about? You're as old as hip hop.
Oh yeah, see, what happened was
that was a good one.
But listen, nigga.
What happened is I came back twice.
So, nigga,
I was conceived at that Cool Herc party. I was conceived on Sedgwick Avenue, okay? My parents dipped off in the bathroom
and had hip hop set.
I was born at the same time as hip hop.
And a star was born.
Why you bullshitting? That's a good story, right? I think I'm gonna run with it.
So, Digga, let me get this straight. So, because of your experience, that speaks to your credentials on being a mouthpiece for hip hop, huh? So, basically, what you're saying is a person needs to have some form of experience in order to be considered credible as an orator and a representative of the culture. That's what you're saying?
I think it's just as important as book smart.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there. That went off your head. Jay, we'll talk later.
I think Rage is trying to get into the 4 pillars. Are you trying to get into the 4 pillars?
I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right
there.
Are
you being fresh, Rage?
No,
he's trying to.
No. Let's move on. Thank you, Digga. That was very fresh and very articulate. Thank you.
Said,
Are you me doing me? Are you me doing me, bro?
Some sort of sexual talk later or something.
In fact, you know what it is? No, because Jamar's
going to get hit with the hashtag Me Too.
He's going to frame this in some kind of way. I don't know what he's doing.
Hashtag mute Rage.
He's very diabolical.
Mute Rage.
Jamar, you missed the point. I was making an overarching point of your boy, man, Eminem, about having credentials. You missed it. I threw you the alley-oop right there, man. Jay, you was supposed to be.
That is the furthest thing from my mind. I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, what we're not doing in 2019 is we're never discussing that guy. Ever.
I'm not even responding to it. Anyway, I had fun with Soulja Boy. First of all, who saw the Soulja Boy interview? Did you see it, Puff?
I saw the thumbnail, and it looked goofy, so I said later time. But I saw clips. I saw a clip on social media where he was tight about people not giving him credit for being the pioneer of the internet wave, and how everybody's doing it now, creating a little dance along with the song, and how he wanted what, 5 or 10% that everybody owes him because he's the godfather of that, and he broke that ground, and he feels like he's not getting his due respect on that. I saw maybe about a 30-second clip about that.
Well, what's funny about what's funny about that is while some of the points, a lot of the points actually he was making, are credulent, he still kind of missed the initial point, which was which artists had this whole conversation started with the question.
Who had the biggest?
One simple question. What artist made the biggest comeback in 2018? And he got upset because everybody basically said Tyga, like he pretty much came back from the nether realm with like a smashed record. So, I don't know if he just took this opportunity to troll and and I got to give him credit again. He might be one of the original internet trolls. He could possibly claim that role.
And this is
okay. Jay's got connection issues. Go on, Digga. Carry on.
So he made a lot of different interesting points, and one thing I do got to give him kudos about, there were a lot of things he said that remind me of myself. Like when he started breaking down, like, yo, I'm the plug. I hooked this one up with that one. I connected these two, and he didn't immediately like lock them down into contracts. Like I have these conversations with people a lot. Like a lot of people don't realize like a lot of the behind the scenes, hands and things that I had. Like I was the plug for a lot of people. Like Rodiga is responsible for a lot of, stuff. And it bugs me out because I'm like, damn, if I would have put this one on paper, if I would have put that one on paper, like everybody else, I could have been crazy caking off of it. But for me, it was never about that. It was always about pushing the culture forward. Like if I saw a talent in somebody, like I immediately wanted to help it blossom. I wasn't thinking, oh, let me hurry up and lock them down so before they blow up so I can get mine. Because a lot of times, you know, when you get into business and stuff, like that's how you sour things. Like a lot of times I just wanted to see that artist blossom and boom. And I use whatever resources I had and these people go and shit have fucking 3 times the coin I have and won't even, you know, won't think to be like, damn, nigga, you know, if it wasn't for you, this wouldn't happen. Let me break you. Like, I don't ask, and they ain't offering. So I was feeling Soulja in that capacity.
Okay, so Digga, what's the remedy? And keep in mind that what you're saying also kind of threatens to lead into the whole culture vulture discussion in terms of locking people's talent down and using the existing instrument of legality. Do you see a balance between making sure that your interest is secured and finding a legal way, you know, to further people? Like, is there a balance?
Well, like he said, you know, he was young and he was just so excited to put people on that he didn't really think about the business aspect of it. But, you know, fool me once, you know, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I definitely won't be making the same mistakes twice.
Hello.
And I've always said, you know, people always ask me, like, you know, why don't you think about being a manager, or why don't you start a label, or why don't you be my mentor? And I actually had the same response as he had. You know, I don't want to be responsible for other people's careers. I don't want your life in my hands. I know how temperamental I am. I know I can get lazy. I don't need, you know, I don't need this one in my ear every time something going wrong in their life. And I just didn't want that responsibility. So I never took on that role, but I had no problem saying, okay, but you know, I'll plug you, break me off a little finder's fee or nah. And, you know, and I've seen people, you know.
Listen, if I could bite a little bit of that testimony, that was my experience in management too, man. It's like, I got into this to manage contracts and be a part of the creative process, not manage baby moms, bailiffs, light bills, beef. I'd have been in the middle of beef. Like, wait, what's this? What's going on? Like, listen, I'm the manager for your career. You know what I'm saying?
That's the first thing I'll tell an artist. Like, listen, and like, I'm not. First of all, I only manage one person really, and I was compelled to do. So,
he's back. There you go.
There you go.
Manager, I'm not your babysitter. And like I can't be somebody's babysitter, and that was actually told to me back in the day by one of my managers. Like you can't. You got a lot of people that, you know, think a manager means manage my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
for real.
Nah. Manage your music career and, you know, connect the dots, help you connect the dots and manifest your vision. You know what I mean? But it's all the artist really. The artist has to have the vision and use the manager as a tool. Like, you can't.
You know what's interesting though?
Managers are going to come in and just fix everything, including his credit and, you know what I mean? Everything.
You know what's interesting about that statement, Jay? Because once upon a time, you got to remember, once upon a time, the manager was basically the money guy that took care of your life. That was your drug dealing homeboy that had all the bread, that paid for all the studio sessions, that bought you new kicks and new swishies every time you had a show. But then
and he couldn't send a fax, couldn't read an email.
But right, didn't have any fucking business savvy. So then what happens? You get that record deal. Your record label doesn't want to communicate with this ignorant fuck.
Oh my God.
So now you have to get the real industry manager, and now your homeboy that took care of you slash manager is feeling some type of way, and now you got to get out of that hood contract. Some shit that y'all done.
Yeah, I never had that though. Fortunately, I never had that.
No, I didn't have that either. But that is a very common theme.
That's the template, nigga. That's the template. That is the model.
The 90s artist manager relationship,
easy, right?
But then what happened? Artists started getting, becoming more independent. Now, once the labels all merged and they wasn't, throwing those deals out anymore, and people had to pretty much make their own way, then you couldn't, you had to rely on show money. So you not really trying to like have managers. Now you starting to eliminate all extra people. Like, I don't really need a hairstylist and a makeup artist on tour with me. I need to find one bitch that can do both.
And DJ.
And, right. I need the bodyguard that can DJ and be the road manager at the same damn time. And then, over the years, you start consolidating your staff. Look, now I'm going to roll by my motherfucking self. Look, I'm the DJ, the road manager.
Hello. Shit, man,
I'm all that shit in one.
That's how it's done. Hey, when I was a Brand Nubian, I was the road manager and the DJ, man. I'd go pick up the loot, get at JNX, went on stage, do sound check, wake him up the next morning for the next date. You know what I'm saying?
And we got Soulja Boy to thank for all of it. Without Soulja Boy, none of us would know how to be independent.
All right, the people are asking for some content, and they want us to talk about the shutdown or something. What's going on with the shutdown?
I knew it was something responsible we were supposed to talk about. Shit.
Let's talk about the government shutdown. Thank you, people. Put us on fucking track. In this
I asked like 15 minutes ago, I said, is there something serious to talk about?
We're just not feeling professional
Rashid
right
Black.
now. We're not in a professional
Rashid Black. Thank you.
That's because we're just sitting on our couches in our pajamas and shit.
So the government shutdown. Let's talk about it. First of all, one of my homies was down in Atlanta. This was Cook's younger brother. He said it took him 4 hours to get through TSA because they didn't have enough staff. Mad people calling in fucking sick and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of places are understaffed because motherfuckers don't want to come to work because they're not being paid. This is the longest government. This is the longest government shutdown in the history of the United States. All because this motherfucker's trying to squeeze play a wall that he claimed
Americans
that Mexico was going to pay for.
These now you're trying to say,
and now all of a sudden they're not paying for it, and you squeeze playing the American people, using the American people as pawns in your perverted chess game, and this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Like, who has the gall to do some shit like that? And I mean, it seems like these Democrats are being strong right now, but when enough people start screaming and somebody needs to give in, like, you know what I mean? We're suffering, da 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 da. I mean, a lot of these people's gonna get paid retroactively, so they're gonna like that.
Yo, how about this shit? Did you see what they were trying to advise people to do in the meantime for money?
What?
Dog walk, dog walk, babysit. Like, who the fuck is dog walking? What? Like, how y'all playing with people? That's like Marie Antoinette telling people let them eat cake.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people, a lot of white people do that. A
lot of white people, but who's really being affected by a government shutdown? Middle class people, middle to poor people, people that have civil jobs and government jobs. Not these elitist corporate fucks. Like, they're not the ones suffering.
And wait, hang on. Yeah. Don't they still get paid though? Like the senators and all that, they still get paid. They still get they paid when the government shut down. Yes? Fact check that, Rage. I don't want to just be saying shit. But I'm pretty sure.
So I'll do you one better. I see your government shutdown and I raise you a fucking McDonald's buffet. How about that okie doke shit?
What you talking about? McDonald's buffet.
The Clemson University football team. I guess they're like the national champion. Yeah, and the White House hosted them.
Fast food or some shit.
And there was like a buffet of McDonald's. Now, what I didn't get from that story, I thought he said something to the effect of there wasn't enough, I don't know, maybe the White House staff or the chefs wasn't getting paid. So that's why there was McDonald's because of the shutdown, or if this was, at their request, which I doubt. So
no, that's what he said. He said it was because of the shutdown why he ordered the McDonald's.
Like,
but why would you? His fat ass likes McDonald's, though. You see what I'm saying?
My thing is why would you impose some poison as McDonald's to national champion athletes? Right.
Whose diet is
how backwards is this?
Like, yeah.
Yo, just when I thought he couldn't do anything more stupid, he does something more stupid.
But what I mean, I feel bad for these people. Like, what's the solution to this shit? Like, isn't this illegal? Is this not illegal somehow? Like, how is the motherfucker able to
just getting away with everything?
Just hold people hostage like this? Because he's not being affected other than he got to order McDonald's and Uber Eats instead of having servants cook him some fucking food in the White House.
And he's getting some food.